like we're heading down the home straight in the song. I do like to discover rock and metal bands from the Nordic countries. And before I started this channel, I hadn't heard Nightwish or Sabaton or Ghost. And it's just another reason why this sort of musical journey that I'm on has been so enjoyable so far, because the music's been great. And it's also been really interesting to become familiar with the characters within these bands and also the, the musicianship and all that kind of stuff, So when I was requested this following band, well, it turned out they're a Nordic band, but not from Finland and not from Sweden. No, they're Danish. Denmark. Yeah. Now, my limited knowledge of Danish rock, well, I know Lars Ulrich is a Dane. Lars from Metallica. And actually, the first time I think I can remember actually identifying the Danish flag was on Lars's drum kit. Perhaps on the Damage Inc. tour back in '86. But I remember that was it was either that or maybe a year later. I can't remember now. But I remember thinking, oh, that must be the Danish flag. So that was the first time I identified it. So, but he's a proud Dane, of course, and rightly so. What's the Danish band I'm talking about? Well, they're called VOLA, or VOLA. I'm sure you guys will correct me on the pronunciation there. And they're from Copenhagen. Do you say Copenhagen in Danish, perhaps? They're a four-piece, and they were formed in 2006. And they're considered progressive metal, progressive rock, and alternative rock. Okay. And the track we're going to be listening to is called Cannibal. And apparently it features a guest singer called Anders Frid. I think you pronounce his name. And apparently he's a Swedish metal singer. And he's the singer of a band called In Flames. So another band that I haven't heard. So maybe I should check on that at a later date. Okay. Alrighty. Let's do this. Okay. VOLA Cannibal. Oh, okay. Has that modern metal sound, doesn't it? Oh, that bass. Layers there, isn't there? This must be the chorus. See, there's a vocal layer underneath. Oh, this riff is cool, man. I like this. I'm guessing he's the guest singer, right? The imagery is interesting, isn't it? There's something about this chorus. It's like a mood or... It's like a very 80s feel, doesn't it? This is really complex, isn't it? That one keyboard layer is very 80s though, isn't it? Which is a very... quite a contrast. Okay, upping the tempo now. I think we're heading down the home straight in the song. The imagery is like Floyd, isn't it? Neon lasers and pyramids. Cool, there's a bit to unpack there. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, this track is definitely driving down the progressive lane, for sure. Whether you want to call it progressive rock or progressive metal. The way it's structured. I tell you what, there was a mood in this around the chorus. And I'm not saying it sounds like Sleep Token, but it had a mood about it that reminded me of Sleep Token. But they don't really sound like Sleep Token, but there was something about it. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But the bass, whew, that was cutting, man. Very cool. Very cool. And what I found interesting, because there's different keyboard layers in this, right? Now, back in the day, metal and keyboards didn't mix at all. I mean, I'm trying to think back, but my earliest recollection is like bands like Bon Jovi in Europe and all those, you know. And that was like, ah. But of course, these days it's an accepted thing. So I'm used to, you know, since I started this channel, I'm hearing a lot of that electronic and metal mix. But what I find curious, as well as the keyboard layer, but there was a real 80s synth feel about parts of this, which has a very cool contrast with the guitar sound, because when I hear the guitar sound, I mean, I'm still learning. I mean, my channel isn't that old, so I'm still listening to all the stuff I've missed over the last 25 years or whatever. But the guitar has a very, what I would consider a modern metal sound. What I call modern metal the last 25 years. But with that 80s keyboard sound, which is a very, yeah, it's a contrast. And also, talking about contrasts, having the, what's his name again? The guest singer, Anders, he must be the guy doing the unclean vocals, right? And again, he's adding an edge to this track, which, yeah, complements the melodic vocals, and I'm assuming the guy on the guitar is the lead singer of VOLA, or VOLA. But again, there's a sort of contrast there as well, right? So it was an interesting track, man. Very cool to hear a band that's totally new to me. And yeah, to quickly mention the video, it's very stylish, but very Floyd-like. You know, pyramids, neon, lasers, all that stuff going on. Unless it's the kind of pyramid that we're getting used to with Angine de Patron. But yeah, that was cool, man. Very interesting. Like I said, there's a complexity in what they do. So thanks for that. All right, guys.